Hey, it's Byron Morrison here, and welcome to another episode of Teach Me Something in 2 Minutes. Today, my very special guest is Lauren Lindvig. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Lauren, before we dive into it, tell us, who are you and why should people listen to you?
My name's Lauren, and I live in Ohio, and I have a vast, deep knowledge of media at a very local, very granular level, just because of my education. I went to the University of Missouri in Columbia, and I have had a lifetime of media from start to finish, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera. And now I run and own a media and marketing company. And we have a very different way of approaching how we cultivate business and how we grow business. And it all goes back to storytelling and being almost more like journalists for business on behalf of communities that need it the most. So I suppose that's why people should maybe want to listen to me. It's an interesting perspective, that's for sure.
Awesome. Well, that was kind of like the big reason I wanted to get you on the show, because no one's come on and talked about kind of media or storytelling. So I think it's a great kind of topic. So what are you going to be teaching us?
I think it's just teaching us that the mindset when it comes to marketing and media and all of these catchphrases that are going around, and even when it comes to like the core of education, I think that we're missing a huge part of it. The fact that the definition should be information. How do we interpret it? What makes it valuable? What makes it meaningful? And then how are we going to create whatever it is that we're doing with this information and getting it in front of the people that it's going to matter the most to, whether that's, a community at large or your client base or new customers. It doesn't really matter. It's about information and how we make it meaningful. And I wish people would stop talking about marketing and, getting YouTube likes and followers and subscribers and let's not get so caught up in the amount of numbers, but maybe the value of the one person who it matters the most to. There's a lot of different ways of looking at it. So let's simplify it from the get-go, because it's about information. So that's
Awesome. That's such a kind of fascinating kind of perspective on it, because I think so many people do get caught up, like you said, in the likes and the comments and everything else. And from your kind of perspective, when you're kind of putting together like media campaigns or whatever it is, giving someone advice, how would you get them away from that mindset of the kind of social aspect of it?
I think what I've seen great success with our clients and with the people that we cover, because my company also produces a television show, an hour-long television show every week that's dedicated to good news and positive things. So obviously that opens our line of communication with a lot of people in our area, which I think when you're starting the conversation and you know that that good is going to come from it, that's the best place to start, even with companies. And so I typically, sometimes I take them away from what it is that they think that they're hiring me for, whether it's to manage social media or, to run an AdWord campaign or to create a television commercial. And let's talk about why it is that maybe we're having trouble, or if the workforce is not necessarily going to be able to, sustain what kind of numbers I'm bringing in. Let's go back to the foundation. Let's figure out what your real goal is, what you're really trying to do. And let's take a look at some of the pieces that could be broken before you dump a lot of money into marketing, because the information that you're giving me, it has to be the full picture. And I don't want to give you advice and then fall flat on my face as a giant failure when other things are broken. So I typically take people, 4 steps backwards before I even take 1 inch forwards. And we know that going backwards sometimes takes a little bit more time than we'd like to admit. And we're always supposed to be moving forward. So it seems counterintuitive, but it is the best way to take that marketing approach away from them almost instantaneously and take it back to what really matters. And it could be broken, it could be perfect, in which case then we can move forward with the bells and the whistles and the beautiful pictures and the great content and coming up with a good plan to engage where we need to engage. But it starts with information first.
I think that's such incredible advice. Like, 'cause I see so many kind of business owners always thinking ahead, and they don't take that time to strip it back, focus on the foundations, and really look at what might be broken and build it from there.
It's a scary thought because nobody wants to take a look in the rearview mirror and see all the stuff that went wrong. That's a hard place to be. But when they know that we're coming in to make it good and we're there to understand it and we care and we really care. And like, my God, you get much better work from people if they really care. And that's the best way for my team to get to the places that they need to be with our clients, is if they really understand the whole entire story.
Awesome. So with that being said, I'd love to turn that across to our viewers. Like, for those of you watching this right now, what are your biggest takeaways from the show? When was the last time you honestly sat down to reflect on your business and your journey so far, to take it back to that foundational level, to really understand where you're going, what might not be working, and what you have to do going forward? And also, what questions do you have from this? Leave them in the comments below for Lauren, and let's get her insights, because it sounds like she really understands this on that deeper level that I think so many people are missing. So, Lauren, thank you for joining me today. For those of you new to the show, make sure you hit the follow button and join us for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. I've been Byron Morrison. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.